might be a dead 5 o'clock whistle right there. The horn and yabba dabba do. Ah, the Flintstones. What a excellent cartoon that was back in the day. The olden days. Adults and children could watch and enjoy. And that is Drew Brees. Corey Johnson back at you. Well, you could make Drew Brees into a cartoon character easily, huh? Just some like moralistic hero guy that you want your kids to follow and all that. Brees it's not like he's very private, but Brees has this persona that is out there, and it's like 1950s Mayberry, you know? That kind of stuff. Drew Brees, thank you for that introduction, number 9. I would think a first ballot Hall of Famer, huh? I mean, besides the Super Bowl MVP, just the prolific numbers and records that Drew Brees owns in the NFL record books, not just the Saints record books. I would think first ballot, huh? Right out the gate, 5 years and in the Hall. 6 at worst. You'd have to have just like an insane class of overdue folks in there, just ridiculous numbers to bump Brees out, right? Corey Johnson with you. I mean, on anybody's bad list, Brees is top 5, 6, 7 quarterback. At worst, he's top 10 of all time, right? And that means he could be a top 25 or 30 NFL player of all time. That seems like first ballot Hall of Fame stuff to me. Hey, it is a Thursday afternoon, and no, it's not sports talk. You're on the neutral ground till 6 o'clock on the radio. Thanks so much for finding us. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Already got an email, Corey@CoreyTalks.com from Kevin out on Hain Boulevard, heading down towards the east, checking us out on Oh So Fine, 93.9 FM. You can email us, Corey, Kaare, Corey, @CoreyTalks.com. 107.9 FM. Yeah, you're right. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 600 AM is a sneaky little AM signal. Sneaky in the terms of powerful. That's what I mean by sneaky. It goes from like Baton Rouge across the North Shore, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, panhandle of Florida. Yeah, you're right. We're on TV till 5:30, radio till 6 p.m., TV till 5:30. Cox Channel 4 television all over Louisiana. Spectrum Channel 333 television all over Louisiana. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Plus, you can find out all of this radio, television, YouTube stuff, CoreyTalks.com, our website. Yeah, and live streaming. And yes, I did say YouTube. Click to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Yeah, we're on YouTube the last few months. All right, I'll pull my quick Bob Breck for you. 72 degrees, sunny, no clouds. I guess your boy Kevin beelining down Hain in the east, he's seeing what we're talking about. 72 degrees. Like inside, outside, it's air conditioning going on. Sunny. Not a cloud in the sky, only 51% humidity. That's nice. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, low 60s. This morning it was like high 50s, felt like low 50s. This morning it was kind of cold, beyond cool. It was cold. You couldn't go out in shorts and a T-shirt this morning. But then it warmed up to what we have now, low 70s. Probably a feels like difference of a good 20 degrees. It went from cold to cool to just very comfortable to 72 degrees right now. Anyway, get outside and enjoy it. Throw down some coals. Boil some seafood. Just get outside. The hunting camp, fishing hole. Go play golf. Go play tennis. Do some landscaping. Walk the dog. Walk yourself. Go sit on the stoop. Get outside. It's incredible weather. Hey, coming up in about 10 minutes, New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams will join us on the program live. The mayor signs 2 new trash contracts. They'll go into effect in a few weeks. And the mayor wants Metro to live up to their contract over those next few weeks, picking up twice a week like the contract called for. Metro has filed for bankruptcy. I think the city has to wait for that contract to expire before they can move on because of that bankruptcy filing. Waste Pro, Ivy Waste will take over the old Metro service areas. I think it's 1 and 2. One's like Lakeview, Gentilly, New Orleans East, Lower 9th. Recycling is back. That's going to be the same day as the once-a-week pickup in New Orleans. I used to live in the CBD. Some of you may remember the place as the Houdat Shack. I used to live right in the heart of the Central Business District. I guess you could call it like Lower Warehouse District. Anyway, that was pretty cool. CBD, French Quarter. I dated a girl, 20 years ago. Was basically in the quarter like 6 out of 7 nights a week for about a year plus. Every day, trash pickup in the French Quarter because it's needed. Restaurants, bars, all of that. And then CBD, lots of businesses, everyday pickup. So if you live in the quarter of CBD, every day pickup 7 days a week, Saturday and Sunday. It's pretty good. I like that 7-day-a-week pickup. The rest of the New Orleans area was getting 2 times a week. Now it's down to 1 time a week. All the city will do for you. Hey, if that's not enough, you're piling up too much trash, we'll let you have a second can at no charge. So you can fill that thing up and call it the stink can. I'm always walking Tolly and Blue Boy in my neighborhood. And there's just this one, I don't know what these folks are doing. I'm like, is there like a human leg in there or something? Every time I walk by this can, it stinks. There's flies buzzing around. Everybody else's can's just a regular can. Big flaps down, waiting for the truck to come by. And, sometimes those dudes just, they flip the lid. All right, not too much in there. I'll just pick it up myself. And then if it's heavy, they hook it onto the back and it does its little flip job, emptying the canister for you. I don't know, this one can, I'm about 10 yards away, and I rush the dogs by it because I'm like, what's in there? I don't even want to look. Things could be something like somebody looking up at me, Anyway, just flies always around, just stinks. Have to go around it. It's like pig pen on peanuts. You just don't see the cloud, but it's coming. I see the flies. I catch a slight lift. Geez, a little whiff. I remember I was at LSU. I think it was room 130, geology building. I don't know. This dude was stinky or something. I remember coming in late. There might have been, I'm not kidding you, 280 students in this classroom that sat like 305. Like they had the seats with the number painted on them. The wooden seats that fold down with the number on the back. It's like 305 or something, probably 280 in there. There's just this one dude sitting in this middle area off to the side, and every seat around him was empty. So I was just like, I didn't know any better. I just went up there and I went and plopped down right by him. And I was like, no, I got it. I think I hopped down a seat. All stinky. Seriously, this dude just, I don't know. He must have been like in some fraternity where it's like, you don't bathe for a month, bro, or you're not getting in Psi Omega Chi Theta Boden. Anyway, this dude stunk. I plopped down next to him, had to move one over. They needed to bring in Waste Pro or IV Waste. This guy smelled. He's like my garbage can down the street. Totally in Blue Boy. My dog's like, geesh, I hope I don't have some weirdos down the block in my neighborhood causing problems. I may have to walk down the street with dogs at 4 a.m. to see if any lights are on in the back shed and crazy noises or something. Geesh. Hey, Fury's Restaurant in Metairie is open till 9 p.m. And John, Manny, they're always there. Both of them, or at least one of them, for lunch and dinner. And they don't mind if you roll in there at 8:30, 8:40. Just make sure you start with some gumbo or turtle soup. And depending on how many people are at your table, a small or large onion rings. Then some speckled trout, snapper, flounder. Fury's in Metairie, open till 9 p.m. tonight.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models, and it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, no cool spots. NolaAC.com, no cool spots.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Uh-oh, someone got a helmet on the ball. That ball popped loose. The old fumble. My mistake, 110%. I'm looking on the texts. I was texting one of Jason Williams's guys, and he's like, next Thursday. And I was almost like, come on, y'all are joking, right? And then I scrolled down. It's like, yeah, 11-3. So Jason Williams is next Thursday on the program. If you are looking forward to that like I was, I apologize. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday, a week before Jason Williams will join us on the show. A gorgeous Thursday afternoon, incredible weather. Maybe a little outdoor dining at Lebanon's Cafe. That's a pretty good deal tonight, huh? Some shish kebab or lamb chops, Middle Eastern sides, under the green awning, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Carrollton section of Uptown. You old Metairie, old Jefferson folks, you think that's far away? It is literally less than 5 minutes from the intersection of Causeway and River Road. Tonight for dinner, outdoor dining in this weather, Lebanon's Cafe. A silver lining from coronavirus crisis, many more restaurants. I would say like maybe 10 times what we used to have outdoor dining, like times 10. You're like, Corey, no way. There were maybe 10, 15, 20 restaurants that had outdoor dining pre-corona, and now they're probably 100 plus. So 5 times as many. So a silver lining. Lebanon's has always had it. They've always done it. Gorgeous weather. I know, broken record. 72, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. You find a cloud, snap a photo of it, email me, Corey@CoreyTalks.com. I'll send you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. You find a cloud anywhere that in the listening area, viewing area, put your watch so I see that it's like today and the time. I know you did it today. How else would you have a picture with the time within about 5 or 10 minutes of right now on a photo of a cloud? Find a cloud in the sky, and I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. I'm not kidding. By the way, Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. The mayor signs 2 new trash contracts, but it's once a week pickup, not twice a week pickup. And just different times, different. And same price. Everybody paying the same amount. That's the worst part. You're not getting 50% off for the once a week. You're paying the same amount. Sewage and Water Board is looking to get a little, they want a pay hike. Charge customers more to get some projects done to modernize. Hey, the Rouse's Markets phone lines are open at 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480 on this incredible Thursday weather day. Just like yesterday, just pretty much as good as it gets. Hey, speaking of yesterday, it was Mahalia Jackson's birthday. We had a little trivia question. Who was the queen of gospel? Someone answered it, Mahalia Jackson. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born and raised in? New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson. Yet another hyper talent, superstar, brilliant human being from our city, known around the world, the best at what they do. We got a lot of those people. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born and raised in? Till she was 16, and then she moved to Chicago. Give me the neighborhood. I've got 50 big bucks for you at one of the 4 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 766-9480. How did New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson greatly influence Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech? The March on Washington back in 1963. How did New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson have a major influence on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech? You got the answer to either one of those Mahalia Jackson questions? New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson.
One of the greats. 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Love to hear from you. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. The other day I was talking about fake and real. Does it matter to you? My wife gets only the Chanel purse. It's $3,000. I go down to Canal Place, Saks Fifth Avenue. I get the Chanel purse for $3,000. I go down and get the knockoff for $200. Looks the exact same to me. My wife loves it. Do you buy the real stuff, the knockoff stuff? Do you buy real stuff or fake stuff? Or do you buy neither? Corey, I avoid the name brands and I wouldn't buy a fake bag. Now, I was talking about, I was calling them fake diamonds, but they're not fake diamonds. They're real diamonds, but they're not natural diamonds. They're created in a lab. They're man-made, lab-created diamonds. And got some emails from some folks about that. Diamonds are mined by slave children, and the mining process poisons the water supply with arsenic. Not quite a symbol of love. Because I was talking about the natural diamond. They're rare. They're a limited, commodity. There's not an endless supply. They're finite, and they increase in value. I think certain people, certain amounts, certain types, a certain quantity will invest in diamonds. Generally speaking, people don't invest in diamonds like they would gold or silver, the general population, the buying stocks, that kind of type of stuff. So diamonds do increase in value, though, natural diamonds. Man-made diamonds, lab-created diamonds do the exact opposite and will continue to do the exact opposite. More and more, it is a snowball going down the mountain that's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Whatever it was in the beginning, 70 cents on the dollar, then it's 50 cents, 25 cents. There are, quote, diamond stores that bring you in and show you a lab-created diamond, man-made, and they put it next to a, natural diamond, and they're the same price, and the natural diamond obviously is inferior in color, shine, all of the things you, me, the layman sees, and you can clearly tell which diamond looks better because they're both the same price, the same carat size, different rating, because the natural diamond is 1 billion years old with a B. 1 billion years old with a B. Billion. The lab-created man-made diamond's 3 weeks old. The natural diamond, finite. The man-made, infinite. Worse. More folks are coming on board every minute, every hour, every day making man-made diamonds. There'll be man-made diamonds just flooding the market out of China and everywhere else. So I don't know. If you're buying something for your lady friend, I was saying that, do you get her something that increases in value, that's limited, that's 1 billion years old, literally. I mean, I don't know. What can you get for someone that's 1 billion years old? Where do you find something that's 1 billion years old besides a diamond that is readily available for mankind to purchase? Or you can get the one that depreciates in value, that could ultimately become basically worthless. Whatever the cost is for the process and, the profit, and the more they're making, the more volume, the larger the factory or plant that they're doing this at, facility, the cheaper the price. That they're only going down. Cheaper to produce, cheaper to sell. Just, I don't know, kind of a fake diamond. But to answer Elizabeth's email, diamonds are mined by slave children, and the mining process poisons the water supply with arsenic. Not quite a symbol of love. I think in some cases you're totally right. There are cases of that, other kind of slave labor, black diamonds, all kind of bad stories with diamonds that are legit. I don't know what the percentages are, but I think if you really do your homework and go with some reputable folks, you can make sure that the diamonds were mined in a humane way as far as, slave labor type stuff. And ideally even find out if it's done in a way that's more environmentally sound than pouring arsenic into the water. But no, I don't disagree with you, but I wouldn't make a blanket statement like all diamonds are mined by slave children. All mining processes poisons the water supply with arsenic. Anyway, no, some folks like Corey, I'm getting the fake bag. I'm getting the man-made diamond, the lab-created diamond. It's 10 cents on the dollar, 20 cents on the dollar. Now, it's a pretty interesting ploy, the commercial where, you get a 3-carat diamond for $8,000. It's a lab-created one, a man-made one, or a natural one. And then when you see the two, the lab-created one's so much brighter and better. You're going to choose that. And by the way, they don't even really have the natural ones. All they sell are the lab-created ones. So they're pushing it as like diamonds, like all diamonds are equal. Same price, you make the choice. It's sort of just a scam, to be honest with you. Fake versus real. No, we were talking about that. You can always email us, Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Thanks for finding us. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Coming right back.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
River cities, Total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Yeah, you, right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us on television. Cox Channel 4, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Did you know that? You folks in Baton Rouge, Capital City, man, I subscribe to Cox TV. Well, on Cox Channel 4, every weekday afternoon starting at 4 for 90 minutes until 5:30, an hour and a half. I'm on TV in Baton Rouge, all over the capital city, no matter where you are. Up I-110, up to the bluff at Southern, down Highland Road by Perkins and I-10 by Country Club of Louisiana, Perkins Row, over by Choctaw, up Florida Boulevard, down by Airline, over by Coursey, Highland Road, LSU, West Bank of Baton Rouge. I'm all over. Brewley, Port Allen, Plaquemine, City of Cox Channel 4 Television. Hey, Lafayette, Cajun Country, Cox Channel 4 TV, all up and down Bayou Teche. You folks in Jeanerette, New Iberia, Breaux Bridge, Crowley. Now, when you get outside some of those areas, it may go from a Cox area in Louisiana to a Charter or Spectrum area. I'm on Spectrum Channel 333, like in Opelousas, or down in Cajun Country, kind of coming towards New Orleans and home of Thibodeau. And up in Hammond, Strawberry Country, Spectrum Channel 333. You folks in Treyenne Country, Mandeville, Covington, Spectrum Channel 333 over there in Slidell. You guessed it, Spectrum Channel 333, 4 to 5:30. We've been doing it on television, the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program, for about 15 years now. For a few months now, we've been doing it on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube live right now on YouTube. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Click to subscribe. It doesn't cost a dime. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send the link to a friend. And you can check out yesterday's program, last month's program on YouTube. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, tomorrow night in Phoenix, out in the desert, this is one thing I love about, thank God New Orleans pulled the not the fluke, but it was a long shot, landing the NBA again. I say the three biggest upsets, seriously, in New Orleans history: Andrew Jackson defeating the British, Joseph Gow beating 9-time Congressman Bill Jefferson. That was crazy good. That was fantastic. And then New Orleans 20 years ago, re-landing NBA basketball and taking a team from a NBA hotbed, a basketball hotbed, the state of North Carolina, and a city and state much more, moving in a forward direction than Louisiana, North Carolina, and Charlotte compared to New Orleans. No, just a masterful job. Bill Hines, the business community, Mayor Mark Morial getting the hell out of the way. There was no scam to be had. No way he or Jacques could pull in some money or set up some contractor deal. Let's see if we can get out of the way, let the business community lead, and a great package put together, just kind of blew the doors off of David Stern. And David Stern isn't, someone who's going to get BS'd. You're not going to fool him, show him some PowerPoint presentation and the NBA commissioner go, yeah, we'll move a team here. He has to feel certain that the area can support that team. The area wants that team. It's a good move for the NBA first and foremost. So landing that was just incredible for the city of New Orleans. No, and you don't have to like sports. I talk about things I wish the city had, and I don't even use them or go there. I want a Cabela's and a Bass Pro Shop. I'll probably go to check it out, but I don't hunt or fish. So I'll go with my buddies, but I'm not going myself. I wish we had one in the East. I wish we had one in Metairie. I mean, whatever. I don't have to like it to want it. You don't have to like NBA or NFL or any of that, but having NFL and then getting NBA, it sends a message like, wow, New Orleans is viable. They have enough community, enough population, enough viable population, enough people with the disposable income to buy tickets that are expensive to NBA games. And they're 41 home games, 41. The Pels pull the same number of fans over the year as the Saints. It's hundreds of thousands of fans over the course of the season, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 fans. And the Pels and the Saints pretty much pull similar numbers when you add it all up. So it's similar dollars. It's a second Saints team, and we pull it off. And I guarantee, I forgot where I saw this 20 years ago, 15 years ago. They rated cities and like how many sports teams they could support. And some of them were like 1 point something, 3 point, whatever. It wasn't like a rounded number necessarily. I mean, LA, New York, it's like 9, 10. New York has like 11, something like that. LA has like 9. It's crazy. Chicago's got a bunch. There are a bunch of cities with Major League Soccer, 5 pro sports teams now. New Orleans, I'd say we're like 1 point something. We can handle a little more than the NFL, but it's probably like a minor league team, like, AAA baseball or like the minor league soccer, something like that. But another major pro sports that probably what we do a lot, punch above our weight. The tourism industry and conventions, that helps us pull these gimmicks off. I don't think for the Saints so much, but for like the Pelicans, I bet you over the course of the year, there's a small percentage, 2, 3, 4% of tickets sold are for tourists that come in from out of town that just want to do something one night in an NBA games there. I've done that in other cities I've visited. Come and go as you like. I go to New York. I've checked out Yankees. I've checked out Mets. And I did not get there before the first pitch. And I did not leave at the end of the game. Got there like in the 3rd inning and left like at the 7th. The Yankee game, I might have stayed till the end. And I got there like in the 5th inning. So it's not like you're committed to the whole thing. Anyway, the Pelicans are just such a blessing because it kind of completes the city, makes us viable, makes us real, perception's reality. I often talk about Canal Street. We need the domino thing. You get, I used to say like a Nike town or a, Gap or a Banana Republic, and all those are like passe and gone. But whatever the hot thing is for like, an ideally high-end stuff, the Bruno Mali, the Ferragamo, the Louis Vuitton, all that kind of stuff, that should be all up and down Canal Street. Taking Canal Street to like a Madison Avenue, Michigan Avenue type of, Fifth Avenue type of level, at least sniffing in that direction, not the T-shirt shops and trinkets. There's some good stuff, Adler's, Rubenstein's, Canal Place, some restaurants, Palace Cafe, things like that. A handful of things like that. I've probably mentioned about half. The rest of it's a bunch of crap. No, the Pels, it makes the city viable. Canal Street needs some major retailers where the dominoes fall, because the lesser retailers that can't afford market studies and things like that, even some folks with small chains. Wow. Starbucks is committed to this. Wow. Walgreens opened another location. They got one a block away. Wow. So-and-so's here. Wow. I can't believe that clothing store, H&M, whatever, they're here on Canal Street. Oh, wow. This is here. So that then the dominoes fall. Folks are like, oh, they believe, I'll believe. Now, when you see an NBA franchise and an NFL franchise in a city, it's a good thing. Plus, I mean, like tomorrow night, for instance, Pels are in Phoenix, basically like their West Coast swing. They'll go out to, I think, the Clippers and the Lakers after that. It's a 9 p.m. tip-off. I swear, I'll be watching like a Pelicans game. Sometimes I'm just flipping back and forth. Sometimes I'll wait to the last 6-8 minutes in the fourth quarter. But I'll be watching these West Coast games like tomorrow night. It'll be like 10:45 or 11 at night. I'm like, and especially when it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. And I'm just like, you know what? It's kind of how people on the East Coast live, and in California and other cities. This is an option. It's available. It's there to watch or go to. It's pretty cool. Well, not to go to, but to watch these West Coast games. It just says to me that's New Orleans is more viable with that. Anyway, Pels at Phoenix tomorrow night at 9. That's on ESPN. No LSU, 18th ranked LSU, 23rd ranked Tulane. They're both off. Bye week for both those programs. 18th ranked LSU, 23rd ranked Tulane. Sunday, noon kickoff, Superdome, 2-5 Saints, 2-4 Raiders. Las Vegas favored by 1.5 at the Dome. Some places even 2. The Superdome's not like any other home stadium. You don't just get 3 points. You get like 4. It's like Tiger Stadium, not just 3, like 4, maybe even 5 with the odds makers. So you're getting 3+ for home field, and Vegas still favored by 1.5 or 2. Like odds makers think Vegas on a neutral field's like a 5-point favorite, 4 or 5-point favorite. And in Las Vegas, like a touchdown or more than the Saints. Anyway, Vegas favored by 1.5 or 2 over the Saints Sunday in the Dome. A must win. Corey Johnson with you on a gorgeous Thursday
Greater New
afternoon.
Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30. And they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
It's nice punching above our weight. No offense to like Metairie at all, or the North Shore even. But that would be like the restaurant count for Orleans Parish. I mean, how many really good restaurants are there in Metairie? Really good, like high-end stuff, 5 or 6. How many really good high-end restaurants on the North Shore? 10, 15? How many in New Orleans? 100? No, it's nice. We punch above our weight with tourists and conventions. That's how a canal place is viable. That's how, once a year I can go in there and go to Saks Fifth Avenue and get, a girlfriend or something, a gift. The rest of the 364 days out of the year, it's not Corey Johnson and locals. It's some doctor at a convention, and he's dropping a few grand for the wife or girlfriend or whatever. Or they're going to Adler's and grabbing a Rolex or Rubenstein's and picking up a $4,000 Canali suit while they're here. I don't know about you. When I go to like New York, I usually buy something it could be, I've spent over $1,000 on items in New York before on a trip. And I've spent $50 on a trip to New York, like coming back with just something, but it's something that I probably still have today. Could be a little bag, dop kit thing, could be shoes or a shirt or a coat or a belt or something. Got it 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. So people from out of town, when they're especially conventioneers and folks with some disposable income, the company's paying for the trip type of thing, they're going to spend some money in your town. And it's not just music clubs, bars, and restaurants. Might hit the streets and get some good stuff. No, it'd be nice to see Canal Street get some momentum going. And if we could just get rid of the kind of crappy, seedy stuff and have it upgraded with nicer high-end stuff or even middle stuff, whatever. And it doesn't matter if we use it or not every day because the tourists and the conventioneers will carry it. So that industry probably needs to get boosted a little. We actually need to have a local economy where we have more locals that could energize that type of stuff. I mean, you think about cities like Houston and Dallas and Atlanta, it's locals primarily that support
All of that stuff. The locals and the local economy, not conventioneers and tourists with disposable income to spend on a trip. So, yeah, we got to boost locally, too. But it would be nice to see Canal Street, especially in between Claiborne's and the river, be some like Miracle Mile, like Chicago. You know, something really, really nice. It's getting better and better. It's just taken about 15 years to get better and better. And then, of course, to be even a bigger problem than Canal Street, it should be the gem, the pearl of the city, and it's the toilet. It is kind of the broken New Orleans mentality. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. It's sort of embarrassing. I am the single, only living human being I've ever heard speak about this. Let's reimagine Bourbon Street already. My God, what are we waiting for? Just that broken New Orleans mentality. Dude, my whole life it's been sort of crappy and strip joints and daiquiri shops. That's how it's always going to be. Wow, really? That's how it's always going to be? You can't redo the garage or add on to the house or landscape differently or put in a pool in the backyard. Just got to be like it's always. Never, don't change a thing. Don't blow out a wall and expand the kitchen into the den. It's got to just stay like it is. Bourbon Street's always been a toilet, by golly, and we're going to do our best to make sure it stays a toilet. It's unbelievable. It is a toilet. There's a reason locals don't go down there. It's worthless. Absolutely worthless. And it's not a tourist attraction. It is an $18 a head waste of time. It's mostly cash money because there's so much strip joints, prostitution, drugs. There's no money the city's generating. It's worse. It's a problem. No, I'm not trying to be critical. The regional people, the local people that go down there, walk with your girlfriend, drinking your daiquiri, walk up and down the street for a couple hours, go home. You spent $19 each. That's not generating money, and it's not worth it. Smells, it stinks, it's loud, it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. It's worthless. You get nightclubs, you get jazz clubs, restaurants, cafes, stuff that's nice, that locals would actually want to go down and do. Make it work with Royal Street. I mean, I've talked about this for a long time. Royal Street at like 6 o'clock shuts down. They put the fencing over the windows and doors because they don't want a drunk from Bourbon Street throwing a bottle through it overnight. Don't want someone breaking in, some drunks acting like idiots. Connect Bourbon and Royal, those side streets, light them up. Police presence. Go till 11, midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Music clubs, jazz clubs, cafes, art galleries, high-end, nice stuff. Instead of $18 a head generated, $180 a head, maybe $1,800 a head. Tourists that are a different element. No, and don't read into it. It's strictly economics. Strictly economics. I don't care who the folks are, Republican, Democrat, black, white, gay, straight. I want a higher end socioeconomic level. The street doesn't need to be a gutter, a toilet, a sewer. Bourbon Street could be our pearl, the gem. You know, I ran air conditioning a little bit today. I was getting in and out the shower. I wanted it to be cool in the house. Last night, I had the heat on a little bit overnight. Got down to like 58. Air conditioning, heat. You know I got the experts for you. River City's Total Maintenance. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys. They've been at it in South Louisiana for over 40 years with a sterling reputation. If you have air conditioning or heat needs, and you might not today, but one day you will, just think River City's Total Maintenance. The guys Corey always talks about. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. 841-3300, 841-3300. Easier than the number to remember, the website, nolaac.com. Air conditioning and heating experts, nolaac.com. Every day we broadcast live on radio, television, YouTube from the Buddy Deliberto, River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Blue Boys, cool and comfortable. He's saying stick around. The 5 o'clock powwow was up next. 107.9 FM, 93.9 FM New Orleans.
Gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, Super discount store in Chalmette.
For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarm. With smart home technology, control lights, locks, cameras, thermostat, and your alarm, all from your phone or laptop. Smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry, superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home. Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Yes. I'm Crockett and Jason's Tubbs. We're tooling around in a Ferrari. Actually, I'm in the Ferrari. Jason's in the cigarette boat. We're both doing like 90. I'm on the causeway in Florida doing 90 in the Ferrari. Jason's giving me a thumbs up. He's in the cigarette boat, just bouncing across waves. He's doing 90 in the cigarette boat. It's Miami Vice. We're here to save New Orleans. You're on the neutral ground. I'm Crockett. He's Tubbs. Or maybe he's Tubbs and I'm Crockett. I forgot what I said, and quite honestly, I'm trying to think who was Crockett and who was Tubbs. I don't remember. Who knows? Who knows and who cares? That was a pretty cutting-edge program, sort of, for its time. Because that's like 30 years ago on regular television. I think NBC, I want to say on Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. Just implementing the music, sort of MTV-ish, putting music into it. And just the outfits and all that, the suits, and just the absurdity of it. Yeah, these are real policemen in a real city in America. You know who else was in the vehicle with them? Herschel Walker. Yes. Carrying that badge, Herschel Walker. He's ready to do some law enforcement. And also our boy from Jefferson Parish. Who was that? It was your boy, Mr. Karate. It's really, in his day, he was the man, and he's a big old dude, Steven Seagal. Boy, have you seen him lately? YouTube videos, it's like, not only is he not aging well, he's just gigantic, like in size. He's not lean and mean. He's like pudgy and fat, and he's just bitter. He's just real bitter. It's like, hey, dude, you turned legitimate, supposedly had like a dojo in Japan, like, very rare, like a American or white person would be in Japan teaching that. But he was legit with that, and he had a career with that, turned it into movies, made a lot of money making really bad movies and not being able to act. Should have been humble and grateful for that. Wow. I'm not an actor. I'm not very good at it. It's very limited to just me being like a sheriff or some criminal or someone beating up people. That's it. There's no other role. There's not a leading man love affair with, someone else. There's no good actors that are working with me. He shouldn't be so angry and mean. America's a crazy country. I see my brother was texting me about something, and Kardashian came up. She's a billionaire. I'm like, so is her sister, like billionaire. So's Kanye West, a billionaire with a B. It's like crazy. Anyway, Thursday afternoon, Corey Johnson with you, Where New Orleans Talks. Thanks for finding us. 5 o'clock power hour on a gorgeous day. 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. Make it one of your presets. Load and lock it in. We're on TV till 5:30 all over Louisiana. Cox Channel 4, Spectrum 333. Live streaming on our website, CoreyTalks.com. Corey Talks. Oh, yes, he does. CoreyTalks.com. We have a YouTube channel the last few months. Click to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Send the link to a friend or pal. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E. What the hell is that? Scandinavian. K-A-A-R-E. Danish, I think, to be specific. My brother's Bjorn, B-J-O-R-N, like Bjorn Borg. That's my dad's side a little bit. That, some Cajun French. Yeah, you right. And then my mom's side's 100% Syrian Lebanese. She's a black hair, olive skin lady, but just a yaddy New Orleanian. You'd never know. But yeah, I'm an Arab. Got no problem with that.
It's funny, some reaction I get from some folks. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just a yatty New Orleanian is how I look at it. And that just happens to be what I am. And it's beyond my control and I embrace it and I love it. My situ, that's Arabic for grandmother, the food she used to make. And I'm glad I'm that because I love the food. And if I saw it today, I might be kind of scared of it. It's sort of weird looking stuff, some of it. The fried football kibbe, the grape leaves, even like tabbouleh and the hummus and mujedra or baba ganoush. It's all it's different looking stuff. Some folks will eat anything. I had a buddy come over to my house one time. He opens up my fridge, grabs a carton, and it was like 5 happiness delivery. It's like a Saturday. That was from like Monday. Like it needed to be thrown out like on Wednesday. And he grabs on Saturday right out the fridge. I go, don't eat that. That's from like a week ago. And he opens it and smells. He goes, no problem. Grabs a fork out my thing and eats it cold right out the carton. No stirring, no microwave, nothing. Knocked it back. Iron stomach. Knocked back a couple of chili dogs from the Exxon. Get some nachos from the 7-Eleven. The old Lucky Dog. Someone yesterday, I forgot who it was on Twitter, and I had to reply back and they said, oh no, tell us how you really feel. Someone had the McRibs back maybe at McDonald's. They're like, and McDonald's employees showing you the inside of how a McRib's made. And I don't know, it's nothing really shocking to me. They pull out this, the McRib it looks like a rack of ribs, but we know it's all pork. It's like, I guess, they put a pig in a centrifuge and sticks to the wall and they peel it off and that's the pork. And I'm talking about like the pig after all the good stuff's cut out of it. Pork chops, fillets, all that stuff. Bacon. I'm assuming it's, quote, pork. Anyway, they mold it into this little mini rack of ribs looking thing. So, the bones aren't there. It's all, quote, pork. I'm trying to be nice to McDonald's. And it's like, I guess, frozen. So on the griddle, like where they do the burgers, they put this little thing down. It's kind of funny looking. It's sort of pink and it looks like a piece of plastic. And they flip it once. And then they have these drawers that have this McDonald's barbecue sauce in it. And they stack a couple on top of each other. And they can put about 4 in it's a long, slender drawer. They put about 8 McRib things in there and they slide it shut and the sauce is hot and it's a steam box thing. And then when someone orders the McRib, they throw the buns in the little automatic toaster thing where you load it in one end and it comes out toasted on the other. Put it in the cardboard box, look like the lettuce and onion and a couple of pickles. And then they grab either with their hand with a glove or tongs and put it on and close the box. And that's a McRib. Anyway, they're just like the insider thing. And somebody commented locally like, what, are you trying to drive me away from this? I love the McRib, chomp, chomp, or something like that. And I was just like, I would probably projectile vomit if I took a bite out of it. I would gag. I'm serious. I'm just mentally, I just would have trouble. I couldn't eat like a Lucky Dog today. I would choke on a Lucky Dog, literally. Wendy's chili, you want it on you? Put it in my mouth. I'll just shoot it right out at you. Not spitting it like, ugh! I can't mess with that kind of stuff anymore. It's not because of like acid indigestion or I remember like 25 years ago, maybe 25, I'm eating a Whopper and I got like halfway through and just that gray meat, like gray. I'm just like, and I've eaten like half of it. And I'm like, I don't want any more of this. And like the first bite was pretty good. And then it goes down quickly. So I switched to the Whopper Junior. I remember like I'd finish and be like, hey, I'm kind of happy. Like there's no more, I don't want any more. I don't have to stare at the gray meat with my teeth marks in it. And I was just like, the gray meat just turned me off. And so I haven't had any of that stuff in like 25 years. I haven't had I can tell you, a Wendy's burger, like 1985. McDonald's Big Mac. I was a student at LSU. I had my last one on campus, like 88. Whopper Junior, 2000 maybe.
Popeyes, I'll eat about once a year, maybe, and are usually fairly disappointed. Boy, that biscuit sucked. I don't even want to touch those red beans. They look nasty. Just why is the chicken brown? Just, Popeyes is nowhere near what it used to be. I like Cane's. I'll eat Cane's all the time. I like Raising Cane's. Fresh chicken, local product, local folks out of Baton Rouge. I like Raising Cane's. I think that's quality. I can eat Chick-fil-A, but I think it's the most overrated stuff. People think Chick-fil-A like you're eating filet mignon and lobster. No. Hey, can I get it extra crispy? Can I get no? And it doesn't look freshly battered and fried to me. It looks the opposite, like it's pre-battered and very salty. I don't know. I'm not Chick-fil-A. I think is just overrated. But anyway, yeah, I've never had Checkers or Rallies. I've never had Taco Bell in my life. I've never eaten Taco Bell in my life. People are like, you're so full of it, Corey. Never been to Checkers or Rallies. Never had a Hardee's. I bit into a Sonic burger once in St. Francisville and threw it out on the highway. It was awful.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro. For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region. with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris
The
Road.
lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Boy, Jason and I were talking about Super Popeyes that used to be on Vets. I don't know what it is today, maybe Atomic Burger, maybe, or something like that. What did Super Popeyes take the steak and ale spot, or it was next to steak and ale? I remember there was like a steak and ale right around there. This is, 20, 30 years ago. But Al Copeland had a Super Popeyes that he owned and threw out stuff that was pretty much really good, but that he didn't serve at any other Popeyes. He used to have like Mexi corn, like this corn that had like green peppers and onions in it. A few other items that weren't, tacos, things that weren't at other Popeyes. The Super Popeyes on Vets was pretty phenomenal. Really good. Fast food back then, I think, was a little different. I think two things. When I was younger, I could tolerate it better, or actually liked it. I thought it was good. I looked forward to eating it. I thought it tasted good. And now today, I don't know if I think the quality's probably gone down. It's just nasty. I mean, I saw something like 2 big Bufords for $4. How is that possible? How's that possible? I used to make fast food just like emergency only. And then I just sort of slowly but surely eliminated it, not for any kind of health reasons, just because I thought it was just nasty, I am kind of a New Orleanian, and I'll definitely say this. I eat twice a day. I eat lunch and I eat dinner. I'm not going to just eat something that's crappy. I'm like, why would I do that? I look forward to lunch and dinner. I like eating something good. I'm not saying I don't eat on the fly sometimes or eat on the run. It's not like some sit-down, formal, high-end dining experience. But there's that old saying, like in a lot of places, folks just, eat to live. Have to have food and water to live. In New Orleans, we live to eat. We enjoy dining. We enjoy food. And we have such this mixing pot of culture where it's created some incredible food. I mean, Creole, Cajun, New Orleans, it's food that it's like our music. There's not too many places that have come up with their own cuisine. Is there anything synonymous with Atlanta when it comes to food? Oh, in Atlanta, I mean, maybe a peach pie, Houston, Dallas, I mean, some kind of barbecue or something. Go to barbecue, South Carolina, they'll say it's better. Go to Tennessee, they'll say it's better there. No, we've owned food. The culture here is off the charts. No, and just, I don't know, if I'm going to get something to eat, I want it to be pretty good. And there's just so many good things to eat out there. It's easy. I mention a bunch of them on the show. Seriously, I'm not trying to push my clients or advertisers, but some of the best Chinese is Trey Yen. Some of the best Middle Eastern is Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the best Italian, Fausto's. As New Orleans as it gets, Katie's, Fury's in Metairie, fresh local seafood. I mean, the best at what they do. Why would I? That's the kind of places I'm going to go to. And then when it's like the lower end thing, it's like Raising Cane's. That would be like my cheapo meal. And that's not so cheapo. I get a Caniac combo, might even get an extra finger. Could be like $16, $17, $18 for lunch or dinner for one person. But it's fresh, not frozen. It's pretty high quality. They kind of are clean and operate like a Chick-fil-A with a better product, I think. Anyway, it's fast food talk. I don't know if you heard or not. We've changed the format to the whole station, this program. Fast food talk. That's all we discuss. Tomorrow, we're going to break down Chipotle. You know what I was kind of disappointed with, Jason? I had it in New York. I don't know. Maybe I was in New York. I thought it was better. And it was years. It was before they expanded. It was like the original location in the park. The thing on where the old
What was the bar? The Bulldog bar that was in Metairie at Severn and Vets. What was the Bulldog called there? Loggers. They tore down Loggers and they built a Shake Shack. Exactly. It's like Five Guys or whatever. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not good. And it's not like, oh my God, I've got to go back. That Atomic Burger on Vets, maybe I got to give it another chance. Folks said that's a pretty good burger. I went, again, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't anything where I was like, God, knock my socks off. And maybe I was younger, but used to have a kick-ass burger, fast food, that Ground Patty Jr. They kind of copied like the, Checkers, I think, started at Schwegmann's. Schwegmann's put like a Checkers out front, and they use meat and buns and all their stuff from the Schwegmann's grocery store. But I don't know. I kind of thought that. What did you think of that place, Jason? No, the one I was just mentioning. Yeah, the Junior. The Junior. The Ground Patty was great. Someone told me the Ground Patty, there's a West Bank one, I think, and there's still one in Kenner, I believe, over there by like Mississippi Street. Hamburger steak. I just like the metal plate with the burger and the French fries. I thought the burger was high quality. We used to go to the one on West End over there. They had a bunch of them. One on like Ridge Lake in Metairie. I know the West Bank. I think the one still that I mentioned in Kenner. Now I'm going to have to go check out the Ground Patty. But Ground Patty Jr. was a great little drive-through burger joint. But again, maybe it wasn't, and I was just younger and had more of a tolerance for that type of stuff. You want something good? You know what's amazing? For fast food prices, these gourmet lunch specials at Trey Yen in Mandeville, lunch at Trey Yen, Tuesday through Friday, they've got about 18 or 20 gourmet Chinese lunch specials that are under $10. Like literally fast food prices for gourmet Chinese cuisine. These lunch specials are tough to beat at Trey Yen in Mandeville. Jason, they had some like homeless cat by my house. I saw him like by River Road. Then he's over by Holly Grove. And then he's down Carrollton. Then he's by Jefferson Highway. And then he's over on Claiborne. Anyway, he was by my house, about a block away. Every time I'd exit out of the neighborhood onto the main drag, like Claiborne's, he was right there. And he was there for like a month. He was down by the train tracks by Brightson's for about a month, literally on the rocks by the train tracks, had his little encampment set up there. And then he moved down by me for a while, and I was like, I'm going to get this guy some lunch. So I went to the Burger King drive-thru on Claiborne's in Carrollton and picked him up some, double, it wasn't a Whopper, some like, Western burger or something. And I got it with bacon and everything, and I got the supersize it or biggie, whatever, fries and a drink. And it was like $12. I mean, I didn't care. I got it for this dude, handed it to him. He's like, what did he tell me? What was his, not thank you, respect. That's what he said, respect. I think I brought him something else one time. Same thing, respect. Nothing else out of him. But anyway, it was like $12. And I'm like, Trey Yen's like $9.50. Like, what's better, the Whopper Cowboy meal or Trey Yen? And 18 different Trey Yen lunch specials to choose from. Hey, those Mahalia Jackson trivia questions are still out there. 50 big bucks available at the Woodhouse Day Spa. $50. $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. The Rouse's Market phone lines are open. 504-766-9480. We asked the question yesterday, known as the Queen of Gospel. Wendell answered correctly. New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born and raised in? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse is yours. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. How did Mahalia Jackson, New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson, greatly influence MLK's famous I Have a Dream speech? Greatly influence it. 766-9480. Hey, TV audience, check us out, 93.9 FM, or finish up on YouTube. See you mañana, Cox Channel 4, Spectrum 333. Yeah, we go from 4 to 5:30 on television all over South Louisiana. Until 6 o'clock on the radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM. We're on YouTube right now till 6. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. Live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, YouTube, Corey Johnson Neutral Ground. That means you can take the show with you anywhere you want via the old smartphone, the cellular device. Mahalia Jackson. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born and raised in? Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. And how did Mahalia Jackson greatly influence Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. famous I Have a Dream speech? Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Yeah, yesterday was New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson's birthday. Would have been 111. Born in 1911. I think I did the math right on that. Another one of the super talents, great ambassador, great New Orleanian. Makes us all look good. Just Mahalia Jackson, the queen of gospel. Which New Orleans neighborhood was she born and raised in? And how did she influence Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech? Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. There are presently 4 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. The flagship, Canal Street at Carrollton in Mid-City. They're in Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. They're in, on the North Shore, I should say, I-10 at Gauze in Slidell. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. And a 5th Woodhouse Day Spa location coming online really soon, like in the next few weeks, Mandeville on the North Shore. Yeah, you right. You can find out more. Check them out. Even print your own gift certificates online. A great gift for her, guys. She wants that from the Woodhouse Day Spa. Plus an unexpected gift, a gift for no reasons, a grand slam home run. Print your own gift cards online. NOLA.WoodhouseSpas.com. Right back to the Rouse's Markets phone lines we go. 504-766-9480. To Metairie, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Mark joins us on the program. What's up, Mark?
Hey, how you doing, Corey?
Doing well, man. What's on your mind?
I wanted to answer one of the Mahalia Jackson questions.
You think you've got the answer?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to answer? The MLK influence on the I Have a Dream speech or the neighborhood she grew up in?
Dream speech.
All right. How did Mahalia Jackson greatly influence Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech?
He was going to do another speech, and she encouraged him to do the I Have a Dream speech. She changed his mind.
It's actually pretty accurate, Mark. He started out with the scripted speech. That was the part about the cashing a check. The beginning was, he was kind of, I don't want to say stiff, but he was very, you could tell, structured. And then Mahalia Jackson shouts out to him. She's behind him. Tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream. And he pushed the script off to the side and basically from the, ad-libbed from there on. I mean, just ridiculous, man. What an orator. Just owns the audience, man. Full-blown ownership. No one's yawning. No one's falling asleep. No one's looking in another direction. No one's thinking about their grocery list. No one's thinking about, did I lock the car? They are focused and locked on this cat. And just not too many people have that skill. They're great orators, and he was as good as there was, and just he didn't need a script. And plus the back and forth supposedly for weeks on what he was going to say, had some script writers actually helping him, people he knew and trusted. But Mahalia Jackson, New Orleans' own, said, toss that checkbook and cash a check and all that and go with the dream. And that was it, man. Amazing.
Yeah, he was a great speaker. Hey, Corey, did you notice this summer? I know you get your yard sprayed and everything, but did you notice this summer it wasn't a lot of mosquitoes in it? And usually I see a couple of termite swarms, and I didn't see.
Yeah, Mark, I think that's accurate. I think in late May, it's always late May. We get a termite swarm. Early June, late May, it lasts for about a week, maybe 10 days. I don't really remember seeing much of that at all. You're 100% right. And I don't know if it's because we're in a drought basically right now in South Louisiana. We've had less rain in the last 5 weeks than what San Diego averages over 5 weeks. And they get 10 inches of rain a year. They get less than an inch a month. And we're under what they get. So I don't know, maybe the lack of water and puddling and water in tires and crap like that. That's how mosquitoes breed and grow. They love it down here because of a lot of standing water that's motionless, and they can go in there and procreate and do their thing.
But what about the termites? I didn't see a lot of them, though.
No, I don't know. And I'm just guessing the drought with the mosquitoes. I have no idea. We did not have a lot of termites. You're right. We didn't have the usual swarm.
Yeah, I usually see it every year.
Yep. No, where there's just thousands of lights at night just swarming. And,
right.
No. Hopefully those formosans are going away. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, Corey, I listen to your show every day, and I think you do a great job, man. Just keep it up.
You're the man, Mark. Hang on, all right? Don't go anywhere because your answer is correct. Yeah, you're right. You are correct, Mark.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
We got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you, Mark and Metri. Jason's going to get some info from you. You're right. How did Mahalia Jackson greatly influence Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous I Have a Dream speech? He was going off about the, cash in a check and, that kind of thing about America, and then kind of paused, and Mahalia Jackson from behind. Tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream. And the rest is history. March on Washington, 1963. That's powerful stuff. Hey, I still have one more Mahalia Jackson-oriented trivia question, because yesterday, New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson, yesterday was her birthday. Would have been 111. Which New Orleans neighborhood was she born and raised in? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Mahalia Jackson, which New Orleans neighborhood was she born and raised in? Boy, we had about a 20-degree temperature swing from cold. I'd say it wasn't just cool, it was kind of cold this morning. I bet on the North Shore even more, but the South Shore, 56, 57, 58 feels like low 50s. And then the sun came up, and then it just slowly but surely warmed up. I mean, at 7:30, it felt like low 50s. By about 10 a.m., it felt like low 60s. And by around noon, it was, high 60s. And then right now, about 72 degrees. Totally sunny, no clouds. If you can snap a photo of a cloud before the sun drops out the sky right now, wherever you're listening, checking out the program in South Louisiana, Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama, Gulf Coast of Florida, the Panhandle,
If you can snap a photo with like your wristwatch, like showing me a time code of like within the last few minutes, and email me, Corey at CoreyTalks.com, a cloud in the sky, I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Email the photo with your watch, your arm in the photo, so I know it's the last few minutes, of a cloud in the sky right now on the Gulf Coast. Corey, Kaare, Corey at CoreyTalks.com. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to be giving anyone a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate on that one, because it is 72 degrees, about 50% humidity, sunny without a cloud in the sky. Amazing. Amazing. The only bummer, these shortened days, and I guess in a few weeks, we're going to have that daylight saving time crap kick in. So like at 10 after 5, it's already getting dark. By like 5:20, it's really getting dark. And by like 5:30, it's like nighttime. That's a bummer. 6:30 is bad enough. I like the summer where at 8:30, it's still light. And I get that doesn't happen all year round, but we don't have to make it worse by throwing in the daylight savings time gimmick. It ain't about farming. They'll get it in. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 504-766-9480. Yeah, the queen of gospel, Mahalia Jackson, New Orleans' own Mahalia Jackson. Her birthday was yesterday, so we threw out some trivia, and we still have one remaining Mahalia Jackson question. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born and raised in? I'll give you a hint. It's very close to my neighborhood, very close to the Riverbend, Carrollton section of uptown New Orleans, kind of that part of town. Which New Orleans neighborhood was Mahalia Jackson born in and raised in New Orleans? I think when she was 16, she moved to Chicago and began her career singing in a choir. Hey, with this weather, why aren't you knocking out that painting project? And when you do knock out the painting project, if you're a native New Orleanian or an official New Orleanian, you've been here a while, you go with the ace in the hole, the people you know and the people you can trust. You go with Helm Paint and Decorating. Let them steer you in the right direction. Do it once, do it right. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, you go to Helm Paint and Decorating. I just painted my house. I used a Benjamin Moore product from Helm with a lifetime warranty. I'll literally never, ever have to paint my house again. When it's time to paint in Metro New Orleans and beyond, Helm Paint and Decorating.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
When you think of Fury's Restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's Restaurant in Metairie.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top Benchmore exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
You know, body language tells you a lot about what a person's thinking. For instance, that means she has an interest in the finer things in life.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
That means she also wants a little fun in her life, but only with the right man.
Corey Johnson.
Now she's pouring a Colt 45, and we all know what that means.
Yeah, you're right.
Mind if I join you?
You must have read my mind.
Something like that.
The power of Colt 45. It works every time.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, Super discount store in Chalmette.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan. For home surveillance, it's Tommy's Lock and Alarms. With high-definition night vision surveillance systems, letting you see what's going on. Home surveillance that's smart, safe, secure. Tommy's Lock and Alarms. Google them. Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
Come on down to New Orleans' own Bourbon Street, the toilet of the Crescent City. Literally. Need to urinate? Pee right on one of the historic buildings. Need to vomit? It's okay. Throw up right in the street. Bourbon Street. Prostitution, drugs, strip joints, daiquiri shops, and trinket stores. The toilet of the Crescent City. Come on down. It's Bourbon Street.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon. 72 degrees, about 50% humidity. Get outside already. Bam! I have my flu shot. Latoya the Destroyer. Bam! I have my flu shot. NOLA, get your free flu vaccine. Flu season came early, and it's hitting people hard. Get the shot before the flu gets you. Also, remember to get your COVID-19 booster. Protect your health. That's the mayor just posting something kind of neutral. You know, the replies on Twitter. Bam! That's the sound made when a sewage and water board vehicle crashes into parked cars so hard it pierced the skin on 2 doors as the driver pushed it over the curb. I'd drive it to a free flu shot, but they stopped returning my calls despite promising to pay in April. Another one, at this rate of your ego tour photo ops, are we going to see you in the toilet too? Gosh, wow. Don't raise our water bill. So wait, the flu is making a comeback? I thought we scared it away, Destroyer. We all know how much LaToya, the Destroyer, loves free things from the government. That's just brutal. LaToya is going to now use this as an excuse to cancel Mardi Gras. Now you're going to shut down the city, cancel Mardi Gras, run businesses out of the city. Not one. Good going, Mayor. Nice. You got the flu shot. Smart. Protecting yourself. None of that. Anyway, the mayor's been kind of hush-hush quiet lately, huh? Don't worry about it. NoLatoya.org. They're still going at it strong. Check out the website. Have you signed yet? NoLatoya.org. And again, if you do sign, all it means is there'll be a special election. The governor, John Bel Edwards, will say, hey, Orleans Parish, special election. You're either voting to keep Mayor LaToya Cantrell or you're voting her out. She stays or she goes. So there's a vote. It isn't 53,000 plus signatures and LaToya's out. 53,000 plus signatures, and there's an election where New Orleans voters then decide, is she in or out? Then if she's out, there'll be another election called where qualified candidates will run for the remainder of her term. Now, I've been saying all along that LaToya Cantrell, the Destroyer, keeps the recall alive by her obnoxiousness. She just doesn't stop. She yaps or physically does something, it gets folks signing the recall. And some folks were concerned, email, calling the show, Corey, don't say that. She'll hear that and chill out. And I said, no, she'll just double down. Literally, she'll just double down because she's that belligerent. There's no talking to this person and she's going to be like, that's a good point Corey made. That's common sense. I'll follow. The opposite. She's very thin-skinned and takes criticism very poorly. Even me saying this, like, she'll double down, and then me saying she'll double down on me doubling down. She can't help herself. But it has been quiet lately. We haven't heard from the mayor. You know what that means? The junket coming. Weekend starts tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. She might be boarding a flight tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, I might be saying, what was I saying yesterday? The mayor's really on the way to Tokyo right now. A 3-day conference in Tokyo about spaghetti and meatballs. Really? It's about cinder blocks and the mayor's going. Really? So no, she's been quiet lately. I don't think it's because, Mayor, you see, you're not saying a lot and you're not doing a lot. So we haven't heard a lot about NoLatoya.org or this momentum of the recall, the signatures and the like. Just be quiet. Just till February 22nd. And then you can go on all the junkets you want and be crazy and obnoxious for the remainder of your term. You'd be locked and loaded at that point. But don't keep it going by talking and doing obnoxious stuff. The Destroyer can't help herself. So it has been kind of quiet this week with the mayor. And of course, anytime she has publicly mentioned a trip, she uses the C. Ray Nagin plan. You announce the trip already, when the plane's already in the air, already out of New Orleans. No way to stop the trip now. You want the trip to be canceled? Announce it in advance. That Singapore trip announced in advance, canceled. That Buenos Aires trip announced in advance, canceled. Every other trip she's gone on, every other junket, at least that we know, she's gone on. I don't know, maybe there were other ones that were secret and she canceled them for other reasons. But we definitively know when a LaToya Cantrell junket is announced, it gets canceled because people freak out. The mayor says, by the way, the CAO, Gilbert Montano, says the mayor started to pay back any upgrades from now on. That 2-day Amsterdam trip about 2 weeks ago, she flew first class. I mentioned the photos online. You can find them online on Twitter, Facebook. The mayor, Amsterdam trip, flying first class. There is a gentleman sitting next to her. It looks like he's with her. City employee, husband, brother, boyfriend. I don't know who it is. I don't care about those specifics. I just want to know, did the city of New Orleans pay for that ticket, and who is that cat? Or, Corey, we have no idea who that is. That, not with the mayor's entourage, not with the city of New Orleans. I have no idea. Just somebody from Cleveland or something. Looks like that individual is with the mayor. So the mayor flew a 2-day trip to Amsterdam first class. I think what was the trip before the French Riviera? Was that a Holland or Amsterdam trip too? What was the one that was 10 grand for the round trip? Switzerland. A Ascona was 9,700, 9,800 round trip for Switzerland. All right, 9,800. Then it was 18,600, or 10% of the mayor's annual salary. 10% for that round trip to the French Riviera. Amsterdam's got to be, I don't know, Ascona, Switzerland seems like a rare, probably not the most easy place to get to. French Riviera is just super high end. That one's 18 grand. That's why that was expensive. I'm assuming Amsterdam easier to access, not as ritzy as French Riviera. It's got to be 7-8 grand for first class ticket. I just don't see the mayor, and a regular person can fly for 500. First class is basically about 10 times the cheapest ticket you can find, about 10 times more. So let's pretend the Amsterdam round trip's 8 grand. She could have done it for 800, and the city would have paid for the 800. There's no way the mayor's paying 6,200. What was it? 800? Yeah, 6,200, 7,200. 7,200 in upgrades. There's no way the mayor's paying that unless it's coming out of a campaign fund, pulling the Walter Reed, John Alario type gimmick, enriching oneself with campaign donations, or someone donated or something. The mayor's not stroking a check out of her own account. There's no way, no how. That's the next step. If the mayor starts paying this stuff back, local news media needs to, those investigative reporter types need to figure out where that money came from. Hey, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets, they're open till 9 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow and Saturday night, they'll go till 10. You can dine outside in this fantastic weather at Fausto's and enjoy some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Outdoor dining on a night like this. Make it Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. Sun's starting to fade out of the sky. Temperatures around 70. Humidity's at about 50%. Another glorious afternoon in New Orleans. This is like 5 going on 6 weeks straight. And one negative, I guess, I'm always finding the silver lining on stuff I say. Katrina, BP oil disaster, coronavirus crisis. This is sort of finding the negative with great weather, 72 and sunny, no clouds. Haven't had a lot of rain, like less rain in New Orleans the last 5-6 weeks than what San Diego averages. What have we had? About a quarter inch over the last month and a half? Half an inch tops? Like no rain. Now, I'm sorry, I guess some areas might have gotten a little more. Some areas, none, 0. Yeah, we're basically drought conditions in New Orleans. Kind of a weird sports weekend. Tomorrow night, the Pels are at Phoenix. It's a 9 o'clock start, nationwide TV audience. That one will be on ESPN. Tomorrow night, the Pels at Phoenix on ESPN at 9. Saturday, both 18th ranked LSU and 23rd ranked Tulane are off their bye week. And then Sunday, a noon kickoff in the Dome. The 2-5 Saints, the 2-4 Raiders. Vegas is favored in this game by 1.5 or 2. Saints get about 3 or 4 for home field advantage. That's Raiders by like 6 on a neutral field. Raiders by like 8 or 9 at home. Really? Saints need a victory, huh, Blue Boy? Yep. Hey, thanks for joining us. Blue Boy says get outside and enjoy this weather. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for watching and listening. 93.9 FM New Orleans. Mañana, Fantasy Friday edition. See you tomorrow.